Shit, okay. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Shadow, back for another video. This week we're going to be doing how to make a beat for Quinn, Parker, whatever you want to call them. Basically, this is going to be like how to make a glitch chord type beat. Before I start the video, can we try to get like 25 to 50 likes this week? That's going to be the goal. Subscribe if you like the video. I post tutorial videos every weekend. You know, I'm going to try to get more like unique artists in the future, you know, people that aren't really covered in tutorial videos. But yeah, if you like the video, like I said, hit subscribe. Let's jump right into the video now. Alright, so starting off with sound selection, the plugins that I used were Serum and Purity, and before we get into the video, I'm gonna give you some like alternative plugins that you could use, because you know Serum and Purity are paid plugins. And the drum kits I used were the 6FU kit volume 2. I used the Color Theory kit for an 808, but I believe you can get the 808 in the prod switch kit too. Shout out Switch, bro, his beats are so fire. And then I used the Hickey kit. I mean, I kind of use that in like every video, but I use the Hickey kit for a fill right before the beat drops. Now I'm gonna go into like each sound that I used. First I used this clap right here, which was from the 6FU kit. Then I used this hat. Again, this is from the 6FU kit. This is that 808. That's like what really makes the beats. And like I said, this is in the Color Theory kit right here. But if you go to the switch kit, that sounds pretty similar. Honestly, this 808 just sounds like a distorted version of the switch kit 808. So if you want this 808, get the switch kit, because I'm pretty sure the Color Theory kit's not available anymore. This raw kick, which I'm pretty sure is from the Gucci kit, actually, not really sure. And then this, like, I layered the clap with a generic clap, and then this fill. I use Serum. You know, Serum is pretty much just sine waves. You know, just like really like simple melodies and stuff. So if you want an alternative to Serum, just open up, go to the channel rack and just open the 3-time oscillator. It's pretty much the same effect. You can get sine waves. You could even like tweak it and do what you want to it. So you don't need to buy Serum. Serum's expensive. Just use the 3-times oscillator. And an alternative to Purity can honestly be anything. This is the noise I used. You can find plenty of noises in like, yeah, you could use like Morphine, you could use Sakura, you could use yeah, and basically, you know, there's alternatives to what I did. You don't need these paid plugins, but yeah. Alright, let's get right into this. I'm gonna start with the melody, which seems more complicated than it really is. I promise you it's not that complicated. So basically what I did here, it looks really complicated, but it's just one pattern copied and moved down an octave. That's why it looks so weird. But you know, you basically for a Quinn type beat, it's like really simple, just like, you know, just like 4-note melodies that repeat over and over again, and then you could add like little variations. Like for most of this melody, the only varying notes that you see that go higher than others are notes that I'll take and lower the octave of the note for. Like if you want variation in your melody, you could easily copy and paste it over and then just take some of the notes and just raise them up octaves or raise them down an octave, you know, do stuff like that. And that's going to get you a lot of variation in your melodies. Alright, on to the next melody pattern. I added another thing through Purity. It sounds like this. Like I said, you don't have to use Purity. You could easily use some of the plugins in FL Studio. And if you're like me and you don't have like the most expensive version of FL Studio and they try to get you to pay for those, just make a pattern and then export it as an audio clip. This is like a really key tip. Just literally export any pattern as an audio clip and then delete the instance of whatever paid plugin you're using, and you're fine. You won't have to pay for it. You won't have to save any of that bullshit. So yeah, this is literally the same pattern from before. I just copy and pasted it. I might have changed a couple notes again, but only by octaves. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for the melody. Now we're gonna move on to the drums. I'm gonna start with the clap. Alright, so as you saw guys, it's really not that much different. It's the same clap pattern. You're just going to paste it for 4 bars because you want, at the very end, you want this little like 4-note hit like that. That's the only thing special I did for the claps, but other than that, claps are just normal, you know, how they're going to be every time. Alright, moving on to the hi-hat. The hi-hat is pretty simple. I mean, here's the pattern. I'll play it for you guys real quick. Really simple. It's actually just a 2-bar pattern. I don't know why I stretched it out to 4 bars, but literally all you do is right here I just added this little chop, like hi-hat roll. That's it. I don't even vary the notes or anything. The hi-hat's really simple. I only added 1 chop. You can do whatever you want for the hi-hats. You know, there's really nothing that like Quinn does specifically in her beats, but you know, pretty much just have fun with the hi-hats. There's nothing special that you have to do. Real quick, I did layer the clap with this like generic sounding clap, and I didn't do any variation to it. I just layered the claps. Alright, moving on to the 808. This is going to be the best part of the beat, so pay attention to this. For the notes, just follow the melody, you know, find the root note of your melody, you know, follow the root note. I mean, there's nothing much to that. You just got to follow the root. So I'm going to play the pattern real quick so you can listen to it. Alright, so that's the 808 pattern. Pretty much it's just an A note, and I mean, so for where they hit, you can kind of just figure that out on your own. But the only thing special that I did with this is I added sliding notes. So as you can see, like this, right before it drops down to the lower note, I made the A note drop to a G note and then go back up to an A note to make it like slide down and then slide back up. And then I did it one more time here, and then at the very end of the pattern I made it go up to a C sharp, down to an F, and then back to a G note. So yeah, overall, I mean, the 808 pattern is nothing really too complicated. It's just sort of gonna take practice to get it down. This is the first time, this is like the first Quinn beat I actually made, so you know, I kind of just fucked around until I liked the way it sounded, and then it sounded like that. So, you know, just have fun with it. You know, I like the slide notes. This 808's really fucking good for Quinn beats. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, moving on to the very last thing for the beat is the kick. This is really simple. That's it for the kick pattern. I just copy and pasted the 808 pattern. I removed the sliding notes. I added like 1 or 2 kick hits between the 808s just because the 808 sort of, you know, it's not playing throughout the entire beat. And right at the end I added this little like double hit. Yeah, kick, really simple, 2-bar pattern, nothing crazy. That's it. Alright guys, moving on to the very final part of the beat, the structuring. This might seem kind of complicated, but it's actually really easy. So all I did is I have the melody, the main melody. I have the main melody play throughout the entire beat, literally from start to finish. And then this melody right here, the second melody, also plays from start to finish, except for the very beginning, basically. I have the beginning at 16 bars. And I did this little, I did this frequency EQ, so it starts off really quiet, the second melody, and it builds up until the beat drops, and then it will come in like all the way. But after it hits, once it's at like, once the EQ is completely gone, it's just gonna play throughout the whole beat. You can hear how it kind of builds up from nothing and then, like, you know, reaches like the full. I could have used the volume automation clip too, but I just felt like doing an EQ one because it has a different effect than the other ones. And the last automation clip I did at the very end is I just, you know, I do this on every one of my beats. You just kind of trail off the audio so it gets really quiet. And then structuring, really simple. All the drums come in for 16 bars and then they drop out for 16 bars and then they go in again for 16 bars and then they drop out for 16 bars, and that's the whole beat. What I like to do for like the verses is right before it drops into the hook again, I like to just make the claps hit right before it drops back into the hook, and then I usually I'll make the clap drop out in the middle of the hook somewhere. But yeah, other than that, this is like that's the fill that I made hit right before the beat drops. You don't have to do that. I just did that because I felt like it and I thought it fit for a Quinn type beat. That's about it. On the master channel, I have a soft clipper, and then for the 808, I have a soft clipper on the kick, and then I side chain the kick just by clicking this little button right here to the 808. The 808 also has a soft clipper, and so does the master channel. I have 3 layers of soft clippers. And you know, I'm not pushing them in the soft clipper, but if you just layer soft clippers, it makes the kick hit way harder. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, this is how to make a Quinn type beat. If you have any other ideas, go comment below what you want to see me make next. I'm gonna let the beat play in the outro if you want to hear it. Yeah guys, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe for more. I make these videos every Saturday at 6 p.m. Yeah, have a good day guys. Peace.